W5D2, which was allocated as much time for this Trundle to stay up towards this top half of the map, which of course also plays to Frank Esports' strength. But when you do have a Silver Yuumi, you know this lane can scale insanely well. So headed onto the Rift, this is the 5-6 matchup here in our standings of both of these teams locked in for playoffs, but looking for more wins to maybe overtake J-Team later on next week.
Yeah, and it's all a bit up in the air, right? What kind of condition J-Team is going to be coming out of COVID next week. They managed to postpone their matches this week, but I mean, COVID's kind of always a bit tricky. Sometimes you don't only take 1 week to fully recover. And
Any
also
sickness, right?
Yeah, and like they kind of, got it a bit staggered as well. It was for some people, and then they're starting to recover, but then other people are also just now falling sick. So we don't really know how J-Team will perform in week number 6. It's definitely leaving some spots open for Frank and BYG to try and squeeze their way in.
Yeah, it looks like we're possibly looking for a late invade, but I mean, the Prowling Projectile does find someone in the bush, which means that they will go ahead back off from their late invade adventures to try and get that late Warden. And it will be red buff starts coming in from both sides. So how do you feel about where both of these junglers are starting, and what are your thoughts on how they want to execute this early game?
So it's why is Game knew that the Sejani was gonna be helping the Trundle over on the red side. So he just kind of caught him out over towards the tri-bush. It is a bit interesting. They are going to both be pathing, well, for BYG, they're going to be pathing towards the bot side this time around. I think can I get a pause? Yeah, we're gonna try it.
It's a pause. I mean, it's not PCS day without some pause, right?
That's true.
So...
That's true. I've been pretty happy about how the current patch, at least this week, yesterday we ended like bang on time, something like 8:56 p.m. The games were done, and I was like, wow, we're early. This has never happened before in our lives casting PCS. But I mean, we got word from our producers. Hopefully the break isn't going to be as long, and I'm just a bit embarrassed because when the game's going on, I kind of, sit back in my chair, I put the mic closer to me, I kind of like, lean back, get comfortable for the next 30 minutes, but it's all good, we're all friends here, no one minds, right? I've got COVID, come on, I get a pass.
Just chilling back. That's
what we're doing.
Yes.
That's what CFO did that last game. I mean, Bing chilling just worked for them. They Bing chilled for 30 minutes and then just won. Shouldn't
it? But
that's true.
I mean, Mission had no show. As we're back into the game, and immediately it's a trade in that bottom lane. This is great for the Yuumi at level 1 because, well, the Alistar doesn't do anything. So they hit level 2 here. Pretender still looking for more trades against Minji. I mean, it's just trades all around.
Oh, they're both so low early on. Minji also has the electrocute, so actually level 2 it's a bit harder to proc that to punish. But it really doesn't matter because you're kind of going up against the Swain also. Pretender is running the Ghost Flash. Hello, very early invade this time around actually. I mean, looks like he's gonna path top. He wants to try and steal Krug's. Oh, Husha
coming in.
Oh, they landed Charm.
Does pop the flash coming in from Pretender, and the move speed is going to be enough for him to just really walk on out of here. He's going to be forced the long way though. No cheat codes, no shortcuts back into the mid lane, and YSKM continues to just stack up on those grass procs every single time, as Hollow also carving out some space. But now in this bottom lane, we of course see Husha hovering around this bot side, but
Yeah,
you know,
Kino's not attached to Wako right now. Kind of the way you want to play like the Yumi, you want to just use your Q to go for the long range poke. That's a bit harder to dodge. I mean, Karis is on Alistar, so does have a bit of a sustain available and heal for Eminem. But yep, so he's onto the Sivir. But meanwhile, over up top, YSKM dropping pretty low in terms of mana. Also, actually doesn't have a wave to jump back onto, and he's pretty far pushed up. So they do have Scuttle in topside river, so he does know that he's not at danger yet of being 2v1, but yikes, this is really how he wants to play it, though Husha is actually close by. That's his last pop charge too.
Husha, this should be a very easy punish. Does have the ward to jump to. Will be able to walk away.
Yeah, that was smart from BYG because Frank had the mid-river warded.
Wako in trouble. We'll be able to stave off that first engage, and now looking to turn things on its head. And
yeah, Wako just gonna Wako out of that one. But I mean, BYG, they were smart. They had Husha go through Tribush instead of River, which is why YSKM thought that he was so far pushed up. And I'm talking about Doggo Board, Ninji right there, another charm onto Pretender, just really trying to punish Swain's ability to roam into the side lanes, even though I mean they're still level 5, so still P6. Hollow again, invade, getting a bunch of good vision down. And oh, he walks out of the return of the Q, but here comes Husha.
the flash now burned. Can they find the execute on the Pretender? Flash forward comes in Hollow, but it's first blood for the Swain, and now Hollow maybe trying to chase after Husha, but way too healthy and also way too close to his tower. So Hollow will go ahead back off, take away that control ward in that pixel bush, and all things considered, while it was a nice trade for Pretender, gold-wise, BYG do get a little more out of it since they did get the assist.
Yeah, but both teams also pretty much dead even in terms of gold even after that one. Take a look at how that started. Minji actually lands a pretty good combo with the charm and then getting the extra damage down from the QW. Pretender is able to zone out very well. I think here is where things start to get a bit dicey. I think both of the mid laners kind of got a bit aggressive, knowing that they thought they were going to be able to play this 2v1. And there's Minji does not expect Hollow to actually flash aggressively come out from the side. That actually gets taken out, but I think it was the auto attack from the Swain. So it doesn't even matter that they had backup right there either. So bit of a misplay, miscalculation, bit of over-aggression I think coming out from Minji. Has a level 6 this time around, so we'll have a bit more mobility, a bit more escape tools, but not a good look. Not the best look for Minji so far.
Yeah, Minji has been one of those players that has struggled in lane, and while Pretender hasn't been the most dominant laner, has still been strong himself as YSKM jumps in, gets a really healthy trade against Leakai, and it's really just about the sustain battle, right? Because you have Corrupting Potion on both of the solo laners, whereas on the flip side, neither of the solo laners on the side of Beyond Gaming, they've got Corrupting Potion. They don't have that extra bit of sustain. And that's why Pretender keeps going for these trades, but now Husha showing up, that's going to force the ultimate coming in for Pretender. I think that's just good enough for the side of Beyond Gaming. Fortunately for Frank Esports, because they've already secured that dragon, it doesn't feel like there's a need for this Swain ultimate, unless if they wanted to go for...
5 though, he doesn't have his ultimate.
Okay, that's the ultimate! Try and chase! And Eminem going for the 1v2 is going to put down a lot of damage, but they will be able to walk it off. Well, kind of.
That was very good timing from Frank also, because Waku's Ghost is only just coming up right now, and Kino also is about like 15 seconds off of the heal. So very good timing from Frank, just recognizing that BYG's bottom lane did not have their escape or heal available for them then, and they're able to dish out some damage, of course, in the back also. So we might see a lane swap. We'll see Union and Silver just heading towards mid lane right here. We've got Husha as Leakai just trying to pick up Shelly. They will be able to get it pretty easy. The two to have pinboard control of the bot side river bush right there. So Hollow steps in, knows what's going on, but also knows that he can't contest this at all. So good from BYG. You know, their bot side gets punished. They recognize there are a couple of members from Ripping Esports bot, and then they instantly rotate to go for the Rift Herald play up top. So we like to see that, you know, good fundamentals. Always nice to see for BYG, even if a lot of fans, especially coming out of last year's PCS, might have expected a bit more coming out from this squad this year. Even if BYG haven't quite been able to live up to those expectations, they're still a fairly solid team.
Yeah, and BYG, they do get slightly punished for that rotation over to the Rift Herald though, right? Where Wako Kino started pathing over to Rift Herald, but because of that, they do end up dropping, not sure how many minions, but it was a decent chunk of minions to that bot lane tower. So Eminem will have a healthy wave coming towards him, while I'm also having a healthy wave, and they already have minion advantages. So this gold lead will get more and more favored towards the side of Frankie Esports, as right now it's just kind of a small lead. But again, when we talk about their composition, it's very Wombo heavy. So for BYG, it's definitely dangerous coming into this next dragon when you consider the Wombo potential coming in from Frankie Esports.
Yeah, and here's part of the Wombo coming towards mid. We'll get spotted out by the pink ward though. Pretender does have the blue buff. I think we saw Husha just kind of hover around the river just now. Not sure if he wanted to give blue over towards Minji. Yep, they're gonna give a hit over right now. Minji is kind of looking for a good timing over at mid to shove and then walk out of lanes and pick up the blue buff. So they're gonna get the hound off right now, or is what they're hoping to do.
Eventually.
Eventually, they'll get there.
Husha, with this Rift Herald, maybe looking to just plop it down into the mid lane. Maybe looking for an opportunity, but now walking in with the Yuumi. It's definitely a lot of dueling power here, and something Hollow does not want to really contest until he has backup, as now carries making his way over. Do they go for this play, though? It doesn't look like it. Trying to scare him off. Send him out of their jungle. Go home.
Yeah. Send him back home. No League of Legends for you today. There's the pillar gonna come out.
Oh, good side.
Yeah, his charm's not gonna land onto Pretender, so he's just gonna walk out. Then like, oh, what a good pullback.
Big value.
Well. Yeah, stonks. That's just stonks, man. I mean, Dragon's still only 1 minute, so this doesn't really have a lot of long-term significance because they can't really get a setup off of this. But Pretender just mechanicsing Minji right there. Didn't need to pop Ghost, was 1v2 and played it to perfection. Meanwhile, top side, we haven't really seen a lot going on between Likai as well as Bias Cam. They've both been very content to just farm it out. Minji, though, taking a lot of damage from Pretender. They've got Hollow as well as Karis. Karis did show. They don't have the minions, though. So, Hollow, once again, we've seen him time and again this game try to go for the invades. This is at least his third invade under 12 minutes in this one, but just hasn't been able to convert that into any real type of impact just yet, especially on the Wukong. So good instincts. We just, you know, want to see something a bit more quantifiable from him. Meanwhile, Dragon is going to be up in about 5 seconds. We'll see which team gets there first.
And if we look at the itemization here, Pretender going for the early stopwatch in his runes. That'll be something to keep note of when we come into this next dragon. But the big part is Minji does have his mythic completed. He does get lashed on. He's going to get jumped on. That will be the last chapter coming out. Hollow getting very, very low. He might just burn down. It will be the subjugate to secure the kill. Big kill for the side of BYG, as now Dragon is spawned, so they will have Dragon advantage here in the side of Frankie Esports. Be forced to.
Likai, though, he used his TP to get back up top, so he's not getting out to TP to this Dragon fight, though. YSKM, however, oh my god, so they're just, yep, they can't fight it, they know that. I mean, Likai knew that he didn't really need to use TP at that point in time. But,
I mean, it's also not unleashed teleport, right? So you're not going to be able to teleport straight to the fight. So even if YSKM were to make that rotation, you'd have to still walk a good ways from either the mid or the bot tower to actually make it to the fight. So, and not to mention, like, Frank Esports, no smite available, right? So they're forced to back off as we get to see the replay of how this goes down. Charge goes through. Minji, of course, on the Ari, being able to play super far forward with a flash and also triple dashes coming in from his ultimate. And Hollow ends up just getting caught out. And with how much lockdown is available from both the Charm and the Everfrost, it does convert into a kill. So nice little play there from BYG, but the issue is they're still down in gold.
Yeah, they're down a bit in gold, mostly due to the tower plates. I think there are 3 tower plates. Oh, they took 3 for the 480 golds.
It's still 20 CS difference in top and bottom.
Yeah, it's the Jax as well as the Jerry with the extra CS gold. It's not all that much, it's about 600 over at the almost 15-minute mark. And also we're past 14 minutes, there's no more tower plate gold to really give that little bit of advantage anymore. BYG this time, they're gonna get the repair would help them. They've got literally no lanes pushing for them at this point in time. Don't even really need Likai, Minji with the roam on top. YSKM, he's gonna recognize that he does not have a favorable wave position for him to escape on the Jax. So he's just gonna walk out of that one before trouble comes to him. He's gonna dip. And BYG with the smart rotations, they're just gonna drop the Shelly over towards mid instantly to pick up first brick.
The first brick taken by them as they will get the second charge. However, on the flip side, they lose that bottom tower. So it will be an even tower trade, and Frank Esports, they don't lose too much when it comes to the gold aspect. And it's just about funneling Eminem as much as possible, right? Where he gets solo lane EXP, it gets him more levels, and that's pretty scary when it comes to Zeri, right? Because you max Q, but the more levels you get, that makes those electro lasers, extendo beams hit really hard later on because you do have those additional skill points added.
And I think one pain point for Frank Esports is I'm not too sure what options the Jax has in the late game in terms of who to jump on for the squad of BYG, because BYG actually have a lot of anti-dive in their composition. They've got just like the point blank Ari Charm if the Jax jumps in. They've also got the Silver Spell Shield. They've got Yumi who will just instantly lay down her ult if YSKM decide to go for it and engage. There's also Likai who can just throw his R if anything untoward does happen. So I'm a bit worried for how YSKM can kind of play this later on. They definitely need to combo it with the Wukong with the Swain going in at the start to try and burn some of the other utility on the squad of BYG. But just solo 1v1, I think it will be a bit difficult for YSKM. However, we've seen him pull some crazy things out in the past in the summer split, so I still have hope.
Yeah, I mean, it really boils down to how well can YSKM split up the map with this side lane pressure offered up by the Jax. Now he might be in a 1v2 situation, 1v3 possibly. So he's currently taking a 1v1, but Wako Huxia somewhat nearby. Huxia is going to commit to helping him out, throws down the pillar, gets the slow, and now the ultimate comes in from Likai, and they should be able to secure this kill onto YSKM. He will slowly burn down, and Likai will finish off that 1v2 situation, and now
YSKM, YSK, no, and now Frank, they're down one member. It looks like BYG want to posture for river control here. Oh, there's a Yumi out.
The ultimate does land onto Hollow, but it will actually be to the detriment of Minji. He's going to be the one ulting out. He has no more charges left on his ultimate, and that will be an exchange of ults. As now we're taking a look, like BYG, they have no ultimates left available, and Pretender still has his, so that will be the member to watch out, and they're going to be forced out of the dragon area. As now YSKM coming in for a flank. This choke point is incredibly hard once Eminem throws in a couple of those zaps.
They're trying to, hold on, not quite there yet. Lucas is drawing out, but they don't have time.
Oh, that's the flash in coming in from Pretender, buying a lot of space, but can they charge forward enough? The ultimates just aren't there for the side of BYG, as that will be the pick off onto Lee Kai. He even throws out his ultimate at the very end in futility. So Frankie Squad's now looking to secure themselves a dragon, but it looks like the side of BYG, they're still interested. Teleport coming in. Minji showing up for the fight, maybe a little bit late. Do they go for a chase? Do they continue chasing? It will be the chase, but Minji will be the one to fall. And now Wako, Kusha, still trying to stick around, and Eminem, he definitely is more than willing to trade a little bit longer, keep them a little bit interested, as Pretender pinned now to the wall. Does get his back stopped, but I mean, that's all it's going to be. Just a little bit of annoyance.
I mean, BYG, what are you doing, man? We all believed in you. Just error after error, mistake after mistake. They did get the kill. I'm not sure even just how far back this replay is going to start. So it's going to be where, if you watch Lee Kai, BYG are actually waiting for Lee Kai to get his ultimate up. It's the only one I think that they have a chance of getting up, because Yumi had used it earlier on. Okay, we've got a bit of a tech issue. I wasn't sure if it was just my remix, and I was just trying to, analyze this team fight from memory and not from the visual, which, all good casters should be able to do. Just, cast off of sound, cast off of visual. Wait, if we all keep quiet, I can hear the game sound. Oh, well, it's gone. Anyways, so that fight, right? So we don't really... Gosh, I am way too comfy in this chair again. But anyway, so that
you are
fight,
hard chilling.
I am hard chilling, that's true. BYG just played a bit too relaxed. So if we go back a bit before the team fight, what happened was they were able to get the 3v1 onto YSKM. It started out great for them. It was 30 seconds until the Cloud Drake was going to come up. So they recognized that they get the pick onto YSKM, but then what do? They get just a bit too antsy, and then they try to pick a fight mid, but why? Dragon is literally coming up in 30 seconds. Save your ultimates. They use Kino's Yumi ultimate over in mid side, I think, to try and catch up Pretender, when what they should have done was just man advantage their way into the next Dragon over at the fight. And then after they lose Dragon, after they lose the fight, what do they do next? Minji shows up in the river and then just feeds his way into the squad of Frank Esports. I mean, BYG, I love this team. I expected better. I wanted to see better. I am so tilted. I don't even think the team is this tilted. I am tilted. I am like hard tilted.
COVID Jenny hits different.
Yo, I'm just like locked in my room. I have to like make sure, like when I open the door, that my family's not outside, so I don't spread like the plague to them and stuff. Yeah,
Healthy Jenny is so chill.
I know,
but
right?
COVID Jenny, like
Healthy Jenny's just ASMR her way, just being like, I love every team, I love PCS, we're such a tight-knit community. COVID Jenny's just like, what are they doing and why?
Let me at him. Fists out. Fight me.
Sub me in, coach.
Yeah.
I'll sneeze on him.
I would have to agree. Minji in the past couple games has not really performed up to the level that we would expect from a BYG mid laner. And that fight really exemplified, right? Because they had the man advantage. I can understand why you want to get another pick, right? Because you do have the Ahri ultimate. You do have the Yumi ultimate. But the fact that Minji ends up expending all three of his charges and it doesn't result in a pick really, really hit them hard. And that bit him pretty hard, especially when he teleports without his ultimate back up, right? All he's there is just a vehicle for Yumi to sit on, and then he gets caught out.
That's the thing with the Yumi, right? Because Yumi in general as a champ, like what she does, if your teammates are maybe not the best at decision making, is she just gets onto one of her teammates, enables them to run it down even faster, and like, I just don't understand. I mean, I'm not sure if we will eventually see the replay of that one. What happened? Minji, I think he gets caught out by the swing Swain, and then he panic presses E, literally like in between 3 people. There's like 2 people here, there's 1 person here, he charms like this way, hits nothing, and then he just gets jumped on and dies. And
Jenny, he's playing soccer. He's playing soccer.
Oh my god.
You know, you shoot between the goalposts.
Holy cow, is that what I need to start telling my team whenever I miss skill shots?
Yeah, you're just playing a different game.
Okay.
But now we get the replay here, and again, while BYG they have the health bar advantage, the issue is they don't have the ults, and so Carries his ult does fade, but the one ultimate the side of Frank Esports do have is this ultimate coming in from the Swain, and it just buys so much space. It's such a distraction and allows YSKM then to just hop forward and play super aggressive because everyone's so occupied with running away from the Swain. The teleport comes through. This is what you also highlighted, right? It's just Minji coming in and just sprinting straight to his death.
Like, he gets caught out right here, and then he just leaves. Like, he had vision YSKM in that ward too. What was he doing? I mean, he was panicking. We were all panicking watching this thing play out because this was just not a pleasant experience for anyone involved. But we're gonna put that behind us. Take stock of the situation.
Hey,
BYG
Jenny.
are still yes. I meant to boom right now. You know,
even if they sprinted it down that moment, they're only down 300 gold. You know?
Yes.
Genius.
Yes.
See, it didn't cost them.
What did it cost? Not much.
Nothing.
Apparently,
Exactly.
it's gonna be the answer to that one. I appreciate you trying to
Positivity,
boost my mental.
Jenny.
Exactly. So, like, in everything
PMA.
besides COVID, we want to stay positive. COVID, we do not quite want to, you know, stay positive. But I really appreciate it, you know, because Frank, of course, you're a hard supporter of Frank Esports, naturally. Your namesake team, so I do appreciate that you're, you know, here trying to help boost my spirits at the way BMG is playing.
Yeah, and if anyone at Frank Esports want to let me know where I can get a Frank Esports naming a YSKM jersey, please hit me up. And
we need to make that happen. I feel like we for sure like need to make that happen.
Someone, I hope someone from Frank Esports is watching this, or word gets out to one of them. As you can see here, 22.5 minutes into the game, we've kind of hit a bit of a lull state because we're waiting for the next dragon to pop up, and clearly both of these teams are not really teams to just hard flip, so we're not going to see a very daring attempt at the Baron buff, especially with how much scaling these 80 carries have. You don't exactly destroy Baron quite yet.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a run-in, run-out type of situation, especially on the side of Frank Esports. Kylo is going to, after swapping over to a bot side, take down, finally, the bot side tier at number 1. Still kind of pretty slow game in terms of towers. Frank Esports only 1 tower taking on their side, BYG still only 2, which is kind of the reason why we haven't seen the map really being opened up yet. We've seen these team fights that have really been happening around objectives, such as the Dragon, or even around in the mid lane. Haven't quite seen a lot of dragons in control just yet, but this might all change. Wacko, his Q not quite going to land. There was a bit of a change on 12.13 to the Q. Instead of 1350 speed out and in, it's now like 1400 out, 1250 in. But anyway, just, you know, stats because I'm a nerd. Next dragon is available. Will be the second stack for Frank Esports of the Cloud Drake. And BYG, let's get started off.
Yeah, right now it does look to be a little bit difficult for YSKM. He actually jumps into the pit, so applying a little bit of pressure here, and now he jumps forward, throws down the counter-strike, buys a little bit of space. Gary jumps in, gets a 3-man knock-up. But the sustain coming in from the Yumi isn't enough. It's not, as the Pretender's charging forward. He's trying to get these kills. He ends up getting a double kill, and it will be Frank Esports running away with this fight. No damage done. Husha will go down at the end as well. And Frank Esports play that fight to perfection as BYG fall apart at the seams.
No, Bibby, what is you doing? BYG, we're the ones to start out that fight. We're gonna take a look at the replay, hopefully, of how it
There we
all
go.
went down.
Ask and you shall receive, Jenny.
Yikes. They got the scrying orb over around the back. The thing is, they lose position. One team all he needs to do is jump straight in and zone, and then they've just landed so much good CC, good stuns onto the back of BYG that Frank Esports, they're also kind of doing two things at once. They're cleaning up BYG, and they're also going to be able to pick up the Cloud Drake after this, but just very split fight, I think, from the side of BYG. We had this question the entire game about how Frank Esports would be able to play the team fights. They need first the engage from Hollow or Pretender, which is, and then they need the YSKM follow-up. This time around, they actually didn't even need that. They had YSKM just jump straight into zone, and they were just able to stack the rest of their CC. So definitely a well-played 5v5 from Frank Esports. I think BYG just got a bit panicky right there. They split up. They weren't really able to kind of protect each other with their abilities. Wako was kind of also left alone.
Oh, here comes the play though. That's going to be the engage coming in for carry.
But
Also
again,
with Hollow, and that will be the 80 carry falling very, very quickly. And without Wako, they just don't have the damage. The chase is on. Eminem goes in. He's got the zoomies. He is going to chase down one more. Gets himself a triple. And this is going to be not the quad, because YSKM wants in on the fun. And with the Baron buff, this should be a lot of structures getting shattered in the Beyond Gaming base. And
it's absolutely wild to me how Frank Esports managed to, in the last 5 minutes, just the last 5 minutes, Wako's up in 2 seconds. Karis is a bit low. He might be able to get the bounce off, but I don't. Yeah, Frank are just going to kind of respect the Wako respawn and then just back out of that one. I'm not really sure how people are just going to because Frank Esports are going to still have the Baron buff as well. Replay. Yep, of the mid-side fight.
Break it down.
So Yumi ultimate right there actually goes completely wide. It doesn't really land on anyone on Frank Esports. And I think really the crucial point for BYG here is that they do not protect Wako. This team fight, as well as the fight at Dragon, the thing is, you picked the rest of your squad, which was Ari and Trundle for early game, and Sejuani for lead Kai for the team fight. So literally, your only damage source is your Sivir. It is your scale until late game Wako. And when it comes to late game, what do BYG do? They do not protect the Sivir. And that's just kind of unfortunate. You could see Kino also just kind of panic hit R when they were under their mid-side tower and didn't get any of the
possibly caught out.
They catch
out gets stunned. A lot of ultimates invested, but he's still alive. He's buying so much time, and now Hollow jumps on in, uses the knockup and gets a 4-man knockup, and now the reinforcements are coming, but it doesn't look like Eminem needs any of those reinforcements because he is just so far ahead. It will be BYG able to walk off with a couple members still, but Pretender, he'll be able to walk down Husha eventually. Level 16 or level 12, there's a very small chance he actually gets to walk away. Eventually burns down. Kino and Minji.
Someone call the SPCA, because that's just cat abuse right there. I mean, Frank Esports.
That's animal abuse.
That really is. Like, someone called the cops. Not for me, for Kino, for BYG, for this entire squad. I mean, Frank Esports, that right there, when how YSKM, well, they managed to get YSKM, but it was still really close at the end.